start, many people over the years have asked me how they cope with the frustrations of trying to communicate with people who are closed-minded and just wave them away and ridicule, laugh, dismiss. And someone asked me that question again in an email overnight. And for what it's worth, this is what I replied. Speak your truth without being attached to how it is received. Those who have ears to hear will do so. The others must stay in their coma. There is nothing you can do about that. Only they can. And until they choose to do so, move on to others who are open. Speak your truth. What happens then is up to the hearer. And if you get attached to that, it can make you very frustrated and unhappy. We can't control what other people think, nor should we. But we can control how we respond to it. And I think it's important. You know, do I understand the frustrations? Oh my goodness, you're not kidding. But you learn over the years that there's no point in getting attached to how what you say is being received. The information itself must stand for itself. What we can do is communicate it. And how it's then received by those who hear it is none of our business, really. It's up to them. And if we think it is our business and we get attached to how it's received, then all you're going to do is get more and more frustrated, more and more unhappy at doing this. And then eventually many people think, well, I can't be bothered anymore. I'm going to keep my mouth shut. You know, we're not going to change the world overnight, even with information that has validity. It's a cumulative thing, and we just have to keep going. And to keep going, we have to stay detached from how it's received, or the emotional consequences will be very, very impacting upon our desire to keep going. So I would say to people, you know, speak your truth. And if people react in a way that is not supportive, well, that's their right. But, you know, my experience over the last nearly 30 years is that it's one of the sayings I have over the years: people can't unhear something. And if you keep speaking your truth, if it has validity, events will eventually show it to be so. And then people will remember, or a lot of people will remember what you said to them. And this is the experience that I've had over the years in a public situation. And if I had not continued to speak my truth over all these years when I was facing nothing but ridicule and dismissal, then people would not be in a position now looking at world events to say, didn't that bloke say this was going to happen? Well, what else is he saying? So it's important, two things. One, that we keep challenging the norms, challenging the prevailing narrative with other information. But it's also important for our own balance and harmony, if you like, that we don't get attached to how it's received. You don't want to hear it? Okay, I'm going to find others who do. And that's the only way we can proceed. The other way is to get frustrated and to seek to convince people by trying to change their minds when they don't want their minds changed. That is no way forward either, because if we believe in freedom, then we must also respect the freedom of people not to accept what we say, even if the reason they're not accepting it is pure reflex action dismissal through a lifetime of perceptual programming. It's still their choice, and that choice has to be respected.